Alrighty y'all, this is World Class Jerk, bringing you episode 3 of Astroneer. Now in this one we're going to exploit my great talent as an engineer to build a legendary storage system. Now upon seeing this thing, two things are going to spring to mind. First, this thing's going to hold a lot of storage. After all, we are going to be putting a medium resource canister on each, and as you all know, each medium resource canister will hold 32 of any given item. And the second thing that'll spring to mind is, he could have aligned those better. And while both of those things are true, we're only going to address the first. So allow me to take your hand, virtually of course, after all this is just a video, and guide you through this journey on how to make a legendary storage system. Moving on though, since we have 25 medium platform A's, we're going to need 25 medium resource canisters, which means we need 25 plastic and 25 glass, glass being the more pleasant of the two to gather, so I'm going to do that first. And in case you didn't know, on the home planet, quartz are found in the caves. They are very common, they are not hard to get at all. Just shoot down, and if you're doing as many as me, you are going to need 4 trips. 3 would do 24 and we need 25, so it's kind of upsetting that we need to do 4 trips just for the extra one. But me being the man I am, I'm going to do a full trip on that last one so that I can have extra quartz. Always recommend that you get more than you need because you'll always appreciate it in the long run. So this is what you're getting yourself into. I know it seems like it's not for the faint of heart. After all, I did say the next step was harder, but really, plastic is extremely cheap. The thing you need to make plastic with, however, requires you to leave the planet. That is what makes this step harder. That being said, we need to properly and officially blow this joint. For men like me, though, that's not a big problem. I always have extra thrusters on hand. I always recommend that you keep extra thrusters on hand, just like extra resources, because it makes things like this dramatically easy. Anyways, yes, for those of you who are like me and you extra do not want to make a starter base on another planet just for a one-time trip. Of course, it's not a one-time trip. I'll be back eventually, but I don't feel like making a starter base this time. All you have to do is land on a planet bearing tungsten and carry your rocket with you to supply you with oxygen. Yes, it is that simple. This is openly an exploit of the game's mechanics. Anyways, traveling on the surface of the moon of your home planet is not going to get you any tungsten, so you do want to go down as soon as you can. I know it seems scary trying to get the rocket through here, but do not worry, you do not have to make a giant tunnel, because you can actually do this, and if you make sure it's sturdy enough, sometimes it actually stays inside of the tunnel. I mean, this is disgustingly exploitatious, but, again, I want that tungsten. So I've just now gotten down here. As you can see, that is the tunnel I used. Where's it at? There's the tunnel I used to get down here, and I've already found some tungsten. So it's extremely common inside the caves, but it literally does not exist on the surface, so do not waste your time walking around on the surface looking for tungsten. It's not there. So once you get your tungsten, all you else need is quartz and ceramic. The quartz are going to be glass, of course, but as we've seen here, glass is not a challenge for us. And just like that, you got yourself a chemistry lab. Chemistry lab is a giant part of the game. The later a game you get, the more the thing is used until it's pretty much constantly used for everything you craft. Getting this is not only a win for our storage system, but it's a win for any future things we may want to do because it is extremely important. That being said, it's time for plastic, which is just carbon and compound. Now, carbon is the same thing the medium generator uses. It's just organic smelted, which means that both of the items we need are originally going to come from here, organic and compound. If you're getting 25 like me, this means that we are going to need 8 trips to the soil centrifuge for each item, meaning 2 soil canisters full for each item. 8 times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, so this is going to be 32 trips, which is quite a freaking crap ton, but this is a lot of storage after all. But so you can get an idea of how long that really is going to take, I'm going to put this on a time lapse. I'm even going to show you how fast the time lapse is sped up by, so you can decide for yourself whether or not it's worth the time for you to make this mini. Alright guys, it's me, World Class Jerk of the future. Well, for the me that's recording this video anyways, but for you it's the World Class Jerk of the past. Quite an interesting thing, huh? Anyways, I know you've been missing my voice already, so that's why I decided to voice over for this part of the video. Another reason is because I wanted to address something. And that is that my videos are a little inconsistent and strange now, but that's because I'm testing out different styles. That being said, any comments, leaving suggestions or ideas as to how I should do these videos is highly appreciated, and I will definitely look into following them. Thank you. So here it is, the glorious line of resources that you are required to have in order to fill up this mini medium storage platform A's with medium resource canisters. I somehow managed to screw up the math on how many trips it was back and forth. Wasn't even close to 32. I think it was more like 8 per resource. Either way, with the power of video editing, I should be able to correct that before it becomes a problem for you, so do not worry about that. Now at this point, you're just going to start crafting them up, so I'm going to go right back into time-lapse mode. Wrong. I'm sick of all these time lapses and indecent cuts. I'm here to stand for what's right. That's right, it's me, world-class jerk of the future. Well, to the me that's recording this video anyways. To you, I'm the world-class jerk of the past. Pretty interesting, huh? Anyways, I'm here to stand for what's right. So instead of yet another time lapse, I'm gonna do some hot, snappy cuts. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. It's a glorious thing. Easy! And so you see, my children, the job is done, and I'm famished, so I'm going to excuse myself. And until next time, folks, vamonos.